Welcome back to more Advanced Wars Dual Strike. Last time we were introduced to the new land where a new conflict is taking place, Omega Land. We got introduced to a couple of new CEOs in Orange Star's army, Jake and Rachel. And we also got introduced into the Black Hole Army's new CEO, Jugger. Today, we're heading off to Mission 3, where we're going to be meeting a couple of familiar faces. So let's jump right into the battle. Gangway, I'm here! Sup? Who are you? What? You can't be serious. Don't tell me Nelson's sis didn't tell you about me. I'm Orange Star's Powerhouse Max. I'm sure you've heard of me. We're kind of out in the sticks, so news is hard to come by. Alright, I'll let you off easy this time. So where's Rachel? She's back at HQ for a war council. She'll be back in a couple days. Ain't that something? And after I came all this way to help too. But here I am, so let's get out there and take back that land you lost. What's your name, kid? I'm Jake. Got transferred to the Omega Land friend a few days ago. Huh. Nice to meet you, Jake. Man, you got a lot of nothing out here. If the black hole attacks with any force, there's nothing to stop him. Don't I know it? So what's your style, Max? I like to hit the enemy hard and fast. No sneaking around for me. I like to pop him in the nose in direct combat. Pow! Yeah, you got some serious guns. Any strategy you don't like? Yeah, I guess. Why don't you check out my CO profile for the details? Alright, cool. Commander Jake, bad news. We spotted black hole troops. What? Rachel's not here. Guess I have to step up. Whoa there, rookie. Running around without a plan like this, it's painting a big fat target on your chest. Why don't you take a seat and let me show you how it's done? Word, that'll probably cut down the casualties and stuff. You're a smart kid. I like that. We'll be fighting side by side in no time. I'm gonna go kick some black hole. Watch and learn, Jake. Go get him, Max. Max Power. He's the CEO, whose name you love to touch. Tee-hee-hee. I know that laugh. You've heard it before? Yeah, I know who it is. Tee-hee-hee. What a pathetic bunch. I'm so bored. Huh? She's just a young girl. Don't let her fool you. She's brought this up a few times the last time we fought. Hey, Lash. I thought we kicked some sense into you last time around. Oh, look. It's Orange Star's greatest big monkey boy, Max. Let me guess. They shipped you out here because you stink at indirect combat, right? Shut your trap. What are you scum doing out here anyway? I'll never tell, but I do know that while you guys are all beat up, Black Hole just keeps getting stronger and stronger and stronger. She's right about that, but shouldn't both of us be exhausted? What's going on? How do you recover so quickly? Where'd you get your supplies and funding? Duh, like I'd ever tell you that. But don't worry, you'll find out soon enough. You lucky guys get to help me field test my latest invention, the Black Bomb. It's gonna blow your minds. You'll get a bang out of it, teehee. Black Bomb? Nothing more than a big missile. Our copters will take it out. Nuh-uh, copters can't attack it. I'd back off now if I were you. Nah, you're wasting your breath. Let's get to the blasting. Max, check it out. The enemy has 2 medium tanks. Relax, will you? Take a look at that. What units we got deployed. See those battlecopters over the sea? Use them right and we'll be just fine. Now listen up, there are 2 basic ways to defeat the enemy army. One way is to wipe out every one of its units. The other is to take the HQ. On this map, capturing the HQ seems to be the best option, I think. Let's just move out and see what happens. Alright. We can't really do much of anything with our infantry at the moment. This is a transport copter, or T-copter. It's not built for combat, it's for moving infantry around. The difference between this and the APC is T-copters can fly over water. We can get behind them and smash and scam their HQ, right? That's one way of doing it. Not one of my strong points, but it might work. One more thing, T-copters can drop soldiers off on land while the other copters are hovering over water. It's too risky. The grunts could end up in the drink. Alright. So we're going to move our T-copter right here, and we're going to move our infantry into this. We don't really have a whole lot in terms of defensive units, so we're going to move this right here. And Max's abilities, as you can see with... Oh, not yet. Lash said something about indirect combat? What was she talking about? Like she said, I stink at it. Don't like shooting things from distances. Every CO has strengths and weaknesses. Knowing your own keeps you alive. So, you'll run up against stuff in every battle that you're good at and bad at? Asking allies to handle the stuff you're bad at makes your army stronger, right? Yeah, that's the idea. If you need more intel on the CO strengths, open the map menu and select CO and you'll find everything you need. We'll do that in a minute, but as you can see, Max wasn't kidding when he said he's really bad at indirect combat. The range for his artillery and indirect combat units is pretty much halved. So like where it would be able to shoot right here, it unfortunately cannot, and it can only hit in a very small arc. I also believe it does reduce damage as compared to other COs. I think actually, go to the menu and go over Max. We'll go over his dossier real quick. Max, a brave and loyal friend, not to mention strong fighter. Max hates any kind of treachery, preferring a good old-fashioned brawl. His hits are weight training, his misses are studying. Non-indirect combat units are tops. Non-infantry direct combat units are the tops. Indirect combat units are reduced in range and firepower. His CO power is Max Force, returning from the past games, which is his firepower for non-infantry direct combat units raises, and Max Blast, which is essentially Max Force, but better, it greatly raises it as opposed to just alrightly raises it. We look at Max's units, as you can see that little notch right there from the little info card. Max has a little bit of increased damage to all of his direct combat vehicles, even land and sea vehicle, air and sea vehicles as well. But as you can see, the attack range for all of his indirect units are reduced by 1. Okay. We are going to move the artillery right here, so that way if they go up against the infantry, we can essentially kind of stonewall them. I might move the... no, because that would lead them up to a two-sided attack. Commander Max, our copters can't attack the missile. It's flying too high. Huh. Lash was telling the truth. Maybe the only way to hit him is with a fighter or ground units with anti-air capabilities. Ignore it. I'm sure it can't do much harm. Yes, sir. Okay, Jake. This is a battlecopter. It's a direct combat air unit. It can deal destruction to tank and medium tank units. See that bridge to the left of the HQ? Stop the enemy tanks there if you can. Then send your infantry to the enemy HQ with the T-copter. That's a solid plan. There are other things you need to remember with air units. Any guesses? Fuel, right? That's right, rookie. Air units burn fuel even when they're not moving. If an air unit runs out of fuel, it'll crash and burn. Air units can resupply and regain HP at airports, but there aren't any around. Air units can get fuel and ammo from APCs, so stick close to ours. Alright, we're going to move this one over here for the time being. We're going to have that try to somewhat intercept the missile. We're going to keep our helicopters relatively close to our HQ. We'll put that one right there to try and also intercept the black bomb. But as you can see, this thing can cover a lot of distance. It can almost completely cover the entire map. Medium tanks, they're like normal tanks, but a lot stronger. They hit a lot harder and are able to do significant damage to pretty much almost any ground vehicle. Oh, also, we should probably go over Lash's CO card. Lash, the wonderkind of the Black Hole Forces. She's small but fierce, and invented most of Black Hole's new weapons. Her hits are getting in her way, Misses is not getting what she wants. She's skilled at taking advantage of the terrain features, can turn terrain effects into firepower bonuses. Her normal CO ability, Terrain Tactics. In addition to using terrain effects to increase firepower, drops movement costs of all units to 1. Essentially, her units can move through any kind of terrain that they, reasonably can. She can't put vehicles in the mountains, unfortunately. It reduces the need for it down to 1, so essentially they can cover any terrain that they go through that would have like a movement penalty to it, no problem. Prime Tactics, terrain effects are doubled and use it to increase attack and strength. Additionally, movement cost for all units is dropped to 1. Essentially, depending on what kind of terrain she utilizes Prime Tactics on, her units can essentially become immortal. They have so much defense, it's absolutely insane. Start the rave. Go, 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 Black Mom. Yeah, that thing hits pretty hard. Whoa, it exploded. And it did a ton of damage too. Stupid Black Bomb, I underestimated it. We gotta repair those copters. I know, but there aren't any airports in the area, so we can't repair them. When a battle copter loses HP, its attack power also drops. There's only one way to get our copters more HP. Yeah, how's that? Actually, we're not giving them HP. We're just joining two identical units together. Unfortunately, we only have one unit instead of two, so it's a tough call. To merge units, move the units on top of one another. You'll see the join command. When you do this, select it, and you're good to go. You gotta remember that this new unit's HP cannot be more than 10, though. Got it? We'll take this unit right here, put that here, and now that the skies are clear, we're gonna take our transport and move it down here. And we're also gonna start taking our helicopters and gonna try to start doing some damage to the ground forces. Damn, I was kind of hoping that would be more than enough to take out one infantry. I'll put it right here, see if we can kind of box their tanks in. You took the brunt of the Black Bomb's explosion and you're still fighting? Oh, you guys stink. You gotta figure out how to produce Black Bombs at airports. Alright, tanks are in range of the copters. We're on day 3. Hey Max, you knocked some heads in the front lines in the last war, right? Yeah, that was a rough one. We only won because we fought together. Got a feeling this is gonna be tough too. You're a bit short on allies. Well, we're the first CEOs to get Omega Land back. Max, I'm psyched. Just happened to be the closest one, that's all. Call it fate. I didn't even get permission from HQ. I just rolled over here. Was that cool? Aren't there supposed to be policy meetings or something? When an entire continent is in danger, there's no time for meetings. I'm sure Nell will take care of all the red tape and paperwork for me. So the rest of your crew is back in Marco Land? Yeah, they got their hands full sweeping up the crumbs of Black Hole's army. I don't think they'll be over here to help anytime soon. That's too bad. We could use them. Keep your chin up, kid. You got me, I'm not planning on throwing in the towel. Yeah, you're right. I'll get better too. We'll protect this continent together. Now you're talking. Alright, move the helicopter over here. And now let's start taking out these tanks one by one. Gonna definitely focus on the medium tanks. They deal significantly more firepower than the light tanks do. And also, they take a lot more punishment than the light tanks do. Like, as you can see here, it takes 3 fully armed helicopters, and with Max's little direct combat buff, just to take out one thing of light tanks. That's actually how good her defense buff is compared to the other COs. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. Let's resupply our helicopters real quick. And let's take out the ones down here. A good safety indicator to know if your units are going to survive the battle. If they do a counterattack during the combat, then they have enough health to be able to get out of there. Drop you boys off right there. And those guys should be able to handle that no problem. We're going to take our helicopters right here, and we're going to attack this light tank column. And then we're going to take the ones that are over here, and we're going to attack the infantry because they're not going to do, like, any damage to... Okay, never mind. Make a liar out of me, game. The tank would be able to attack the infantry. But they are in a base, so yeah. I'm gonna move this back here to resupply. And also that will open up that spot for the artillery to hit them. Idiots. I think we're gonna be losing these helicopters. No, no, they are surviving. They are survivors. Alright. Have our gunships take out the last of these medium tanks, hopefully. Nope. Just hang on by a thread. That's one thing that will always irk me when it comes to Advance Wars is when you're attacking a unit and it's hanging on by a mere thread. Let's see, what do I want to do? That would be enough to take that out. And I doubt the infantry would be able to take out those gunships. Yeah, let's do this. By a thread. Okay, I have an idea. We can still save those helicopters. It's time we take the fight to them. Stop playing on the defensive. And there we go. Try and survive this. And while they're doing that, we'll have our boys down here take the HQ, even though we really don't need to take the HQ to win this fight. They are survivors. And they are dead. You won, Max. Let's grab that lashing and get her to tell us about Black Hole's numbers. I doubt she's still around. She's a tough one to pin down. Ah, you're right, she bounced. Where are they playing at? I wish I could tell you, kid. I was sure we'd finish off their boss. We're not gonna figure it out here, though. Let's go grab some grub. I hear that. I want you to tell me about your time on the front lines, too. Heh, got enough stories to talk about all night. First, there's this boy, Andy. He has no idea what an airport is. He didn't believe that, and how did he get through basic training? Alright. Max is on a roll. We win. Lash loses. Got a good number of coins to spend in the shop.
Mission complete.
Save our progress real quick.
Move out.
And because that mission went by pretty quickly as well, let's go reclaim the skies in Mission 4. What's the latest news from the War Council? I can't believe how quickly Omega Land is drying to dust. That all happened in the past few months. Something's going on, I know it. And Black Hole's different too. Even though Storm's out of the picture, it looks like they have an objective and are following someone's orders. Our army is severely undermanned. They're growing stronger, they're growing larger and larger. It must be someone or some group directing their movements and activities. For now, we're all in the dark. All we can do is attempt to cut off their supplies. Commander Rachel, this is terrible, awful, horrible, catastrophic. What is it? Take a deep breath and start talking. There's a gigantic missile heading right for HQ. What? A missile? How long do we have? Impact in approximately 30 minutes. Gah. We have to launch a counterattack. Don't take your eyes off that missile. Bring it up on screen now. I want to watch it as we fight.
Attention, Allied forces. Begin retreat procedures immediately.
Dream on, freak. You're the CEO controlling that missile, right? This is our homeland. We're gonna find a way to defeat you.
Enemy untested. Skill levels low. Enemy victory is impossible. Resistance useless. Approaching missile is your doom. Commencing attack procedure. Alpha.
Hey, so what? Maybe I'm not that strong, but I'm the most stubborn CO you'll meet. I won't stop fighting until there's not a single one of you left standing. Everyone take a look at the screen. It shows the map of the continent, right? As soon as we start fighting, the countdown will start. But if we can defeat these chumps and before the timer reaches 0, we win. Things may not look good now, but that timer's our army. But our army has the upper hand. Let's move out and teach these creeps that they can't mess with us. Fighters and bombers too, they deployed a powerful force. Yes, they have, but don't worry, we got plenty of anti-air ordnance to deploy. First, let's take a look at the enemy units and see what we can do. These are fighters, the direct combat air-to-air units. They can strike hard and fly long distances, but they can't attack ground units. Next up, we have a bomber. It can devastate land and naval units. However, it can't attack other air units. We're facing a strong army, but we're more than a match for them. Don't be afraid to move out and take the fight to them. Alright, so we got a few anti-air emplacements. We got a missile vehicle, which let's get a little bit of a unit dossier on it real quick. This deadly piece of hardware is a missile unit. It can fire indirectly on air units. The fighter and battlecopter below are both within range, so let's attack. But which unit should you attack, the fighter or the copter? The fighter, because it has a larger movement range, right? Wrong. You're much better off attacking the battlecopter. Remember, our anti-air unit can reach and engage the fighter. But we can fire on the copter only with missiles because it is over the sea. Oh, yeah. Okay, I get the idea. And try not to move units unnecessarily. Right, I'll keep that in mind. Down here, this is an anti-air unit. As its name implies, it can engage air units in direct combat. Air units fear its firepower, believe me. It's a beast against infantry units, trust me on that. I've experienced that firsthand. Tanks and medium tanks are a bit out of its league though, so be careful. I mean, tanks? Okay-ish. I mean, it does alright damage against tanks. Ah, yes, the rocket launcher. This unit can fire indirectly on land and naval units. It can hit much greater range than artillery units, so I think you'll like it. As luck would have it, the enemy tank are in range, so let's pound them. And that we shall. Reduce the slag. Alright. We'll have our tank move in and mop up what's left of their tank column. And as you can see at the top of the screen, we got the countdown timer. We are actually under a time limit to beat this mission in 30 minutes. But with what little units that they have there, we'll be able to beat it in no problem. Use our missile trucks to take out their gunships. Excellent. And we will have our anti-airs start taking out their air units. Okay, yeah, I can hit all three. Have it attack the bomber. Though it won't be enough. It did a significant amount of damage that we don't have to worry about it really doing a whole lot of damage to our ground forces. And I will end my turn right here.
Enemy army has many anti-air units. Victory improbable. Ready naval unit. Joker retreat.
But retreating in full view of the enemy is...
Survival takes priority over victory.
What? Lord Joker, wait for us!
Unfortunate.
This is so stressful. We can't afford to make a single mistake. As you can see, we're using both screens in the skirmish. So far, the top screen has used only to display intel, right? We can still see intel by using X swap icon on the touchscreen. This icon switches the top screen between missile tracking and intel. So the X swap icon only functions when we have battles on two fronts, right? Oh, and there's something else I wanted to ask you about. The R-info icon appears when the cursor is on a unit. What does it do? The R-info icon allows you to see more detailed information on deployed units. You can check the firepower, types of units you can attack, and other intel. Our info icon doesn't appear unless the top screen is on intel display, so you won't see it unless if you're tracking a missile. Remember that. Oh, and the arm button does the same thing, so you can use it too. Cool, I'll make sure to use it. So yeah, do this, it will swap between the missile tracking and the display. And of course, you can get a little bit of information on the units and all the things in it. We'll swap back to missile though. I'm gonna have our anti-airs go chase down the bombers so they can't escape. Or harass my my rockets anymore. And we'll use the last of our anti-air to take out the last of their fighters. You got off lucky, you know that? Not lucky enough, though. Yes, we did it! Fantastic. Nice work, Commander. Let's redirect that ballistic missile into the sea if we can recover it intact. We can reverse engineer it to gain valuable insight into their technology. Yes, ma'am. It's too bad the enemy CEO got away, though. He survived the last time we fought, too. He's a tough shell to crack. Commander Max should be arriving soon, so I'm heading back to the front line. You're in command here now. Don't let me down. Wait, Commander Rachel! Shoot, she's gone. She's such an understanding leader. I'm glad she's with Orange Star. Quick and easy, just how I like it. No casualties on my side, massive casualties on Black Hole's side. And a promotion for Rachel as well.
Mission complete.
Alright, next time on Advance Wars Dual Strike, we're gonna get dragged further into this never-ending war with, well, never-ending war. And also get introduced to another Black Hole CO. See y'all next time. Later.